Welcome back to, I always clear my throat. Let's try that again. Welcome back to Empyrion with Respawn. And, let me just say that, this episode is starting out not quite how I had planned. So just to give you a little, just to give you a little heads up, this episode was supposed to be me taking on, the two bases on the moon. The two moon bases I talked about in the last episode. That was the plan. I decided to fly back to Akua real quick, and I wanted to come back, check my base, and pick up some more supplies. I was actually running a little short on food. And since the last time I recorded a video, I have done a bunch of mining and generally spent a lot of time looking at the moon, and said, well, okay, let me fly back and pick up some more food. I also just wanted to double check my base, make sure it was fully, fueled. Sorry. Looking at a text message there. I want to make sure it's fully fueled. So, the most ridiculous thing happened on my way back. As I was coming back, flying to my base, I got disconnected. One of the issues with this game, and I can only refer to it as a bug, is when you get disconnected, or even when you disconnect purposely, when you're outside of a ship, you spawn back outside of your ship. So, this is my ship, currently unpiloted. And looks like I finally... This thing's been up there for hours. Looks like all I had to do was come by and clip it with my other small vessel. It has literally been up there for hours. Alright, now that it's sunk to the bottom, I should, in theory, be able to, make sure I'm actually landing on land. Should be able to get underwater and go get it. I kid you not when I say it's been up there for hours. It has literally been just hanging there as I've been trying to figure out how to get it down. My original thought was, let's turn my jetpack on. Original thought was maybe I could fly over it, bail out. Turns out you can't bail out of a moving vehicle. So you have to bring a vehicle to a stop. Maybe I could have come to a stop, hovered over it. I didn't actually try that. Hey, look at that! Got it back. Alright. So, well, that's that. I'll come back and get that vessel in a few. I'll probably spawn one of the pre-built hovers and come back and get it, and then just deconstruct the hover there on the island. Jesus Christ, what a clusterfuck that was. That was totally not intended, and that's really, in my opinion, that's really a pretty big bug of this game. I don't need my helmet on anymore. You should never have to worry about getting disconnected and then not being able to get back in your ship. You shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't be reconnecting not inside of a ship if you're piloting a ship. That's a slight problem with this game, in my opinion. But anyway, calamity solved, for the most part. Actually, you know what? I'll park this over here. Come on. So this thing, the other thing to note about this vessel, if you recall in my last video, I did a... That's pretty evident about what I'm going to show. If you recall my last video, I did a quick flyby of the enemy moon bases. I took a little damage. Cockpit took some damage. Most of the front took damage. Didn't lose anything except for my landing gear again, which is why my ship's sitting lopsided. But, yeah, there's quite a bit of damage over here. All across the board. So I need to repair that, and I'll probably do it as long as I'm down here on Akua before I fly back to the moon. Yeah, so that's that. So let's party on the road. We're gonna build one of these. We're gonna build one of these. Sorry. Oh, look at that! I got meat. I forgot I picked up meat. So that's the other thing. The trek back was quite an odyssey. Although the flight probably looked fairly short from this perspective, from within the hover. The run back to base was quite long. It involved me almost drowning to death because I almost ran out of oxygen. It found me almost dying a couple times to some night raptors. Where are all my plants? They're in the green one. Thank God I actually had had my weaponry with me. Took me about 20 minutes or so to get back. Almost dead. Hungry. Well, hungry isn't completely true. I did stop and forage for food along the way. So that meat that I just put in the fridge means a lot to me because that's night raptor meat from those fuckers that tried to kill me on the way back. Which reminds me. God. Never turn the fuel. Turn the constructor off. I still have hydrogen fuel packs waiting. Anyway, that reminds me. I need some more ammo. I'm really low on 5.8mm. Before I go back out there and get attacked at night, I want some 5.8mm ammo. So, let me grab... While I'm taking around, I'm going to grab some magnesium and some iron ingots. Both of these my constructor. 5.8, there it is. It should be 200 rounds? Yeah. Make 250. So while that's doing that, I need to spawn a hover. Cheapest one, 270 iron, 130 copper, 100 cobalt, 80 silicon. Iron, cobalt, copper, cobalt, silicon. 131. So let me see if I can remember these. 270 iron. 130 copper. Cobalt, and is it 80 silicon? One of these days they'll fix the interface so you can actually just, I don't know, type these numbers in. That would be very handy. To factory. Oh look, I have some materials already in the factory. So that's what happens when you overprescribe your materials. Overprovide materials. That's not what I need to do. If you guys recall, when I built the moon base, I actually provided a little too much cement and a little too much iron. So gotta start that production. 23 minutes. So that was that. Sorry. Trying to decide my vector here. I gotta wait 23 minutes trying to decide what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so it's nice to know that stuff doesn't just get lost, although I wish you could get it out of the factory. So let's start repairing this bad boy. There's quite a bit of damage all across this thing. I really didn't think I took this many hits. Reload. I'm actually amazed that I didn't lose any panels. I really would have expected to. And truth be told, I haven't actually checked the underside. I haven't actually checked the undercarriage, so maybe I did. More to the point, I'm surprised I lost some of the front. I truly expected most of the damage to be on the rear, as they were firing at me while I was flying away. I thought I was pretty much in the pretty much getting hit then in the rear. Give me 1 second. My buddy, server owner's pinging me, making sure, asking if I need a hand. So a couple lessons learned from this. One, don't ever log off your ship while you're in midair. Not if you can help it. Obviously, in my case, it was not intentional. I actually was really surprised at the disconnect message. It said disconnected. It said disconnection was because of Steam, actually. Steam forced a disconnect. I don't know what that was about. Really strange. We'll call it a glitch. I know that I have had a few internet troubles the last couple days. I thought they all worked themselves out. Oops. So, I don't know. Come on, fix that panel. So that was so lesson number 1 is don't log out if you're in mid-flight, mid-air. Lesson number 2 is if it does happen, and you're on a planet, apparently gravity will take effect if you fly another ship into it, but God, please, better hope you're not too far from the ability to get another ship. I guess worst case scenario, I could have suicided and spawned back in my base, but I really didn't want to do that. Nobody ever likes dying, and truly, at the time, this is on me for not double checking. At the time, I actually thought I had a heavy load of Promethium still in my inventory, so I didn't really want to have to die and then go hunt down, or suicide and then get a vehicle and hunt down my backpack again. I don't know what the despawn time is on a backpack. I'm assuming there is one. I don't actually know whether or not there really is one or not, but just stands to reason everything else despawns at a certain point. Stands to reason that there would be a despawn time on backpacks as well. So, because of that, I didn't want to take any chances. In retrospect, I actually did not have any Promethium in my inventory. It was all, I left it all in the constructor back on the moon base. So, in retrospect, that was a mistake on my part, thinking that I was a little more valuable, or I was carrying more valuable cargo than I actually did have. So, I guess lesson number 2 is stop and reassess your situation. Double check yourself. Don't make assumptions. Because I would have my trip back would have been a lot different if I just suicided myself. That said, it was an educational experience, and it's definitely a story to tell my buddies that play the game about the time that I got ejected from my ship and had to run back for 20 minutes halfway across the map. I say 20 minutes, it may have been slightly less, but certainly was not a quick jog. Let's turn this thing on. We need to get underneath it. So really and truly, my alternate plan, if I had not been able, so my plan was, before I, as we discovered, before I figured out before I discovered I could just fly right into it and it would fall down. My original plan was to take a ship, get above it, turn it off, eject, and then hope for the best. Hope I can control my descent enough to actually get close enough to the cockpit and jump in and pilot my ship down. But I didn't have to go through any heroics like that. That would have been even more frustrating if I hadn't been able to accomplish it. So, we need to put our landing gear back on. Wow, that's really weird the way it's clipping view. Well, that's about right. That's even with that one, right? Ah, hell. We're on board, huh? I'll get that right one these days. You know what, I should be able to tell because I have regular steel under there, not armored steel. You would think I'd figure that out. This, however, I want to make sure I actually do get centered up this time instead of just placing it wherever. So, let me go back. Oh, come on, really? There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to bail out like I think I can anyway. Let me go back and make another landing gear. So what's interesting to note is, while we're here, just another lesson for the game. What's interesting to note is since nobody's been here, well, they've bloomed now, but since nobody's been here, if you pay attention, okay, well, yeah, there's some stuff that still hasn't ripened yet. Since nobody's been on this planet for I don't know, a few days, nobody's been active on it. My vegetables haven't grown. That also means I haven't consumed a whole lot of fuel either. Still doing pretty good there. Let me make my landing gear again real quick. Vessel. Landing gear. So I got a bunch of hydrogen to make hydrogen fuel packs. I'm gonna do that, kick those off too while I'm here. Come on, come on. Finish, go faster, go faster. I gave you the components, why haven't you built it already? There it goes. Alright, so, let me put this landing gear on. This is quite the adventure. Should have seen it, I almost got killed by a couple night raptors, got attacked by some plant monsters. I got chased by a giant spider and the man-like insect, whatever those things are called. One of those came after me. It was kind of a mini odyssey. I think I understand some of what Odysseus went through. If I can be a little melodramatic there. Alright, landing gear's even. This one's actually centered this time. I'm not even going to bother to paint it this time. It's probably just going to get freaking shot off again when I actually go attack those bases. Looks like... Did I maybe miss repairing something over here? Thought I saw... Yeah. I saw the light glint off, kind of weird. So the one thing you want to check, I did leave the hydrogen, the H2O2 generator going while I was gone. Should have a ton of hydrogen there. Oh yeah. And more oxygen than I know what to do with. We're gonna throw these in the constructor real quick. And then we'll, 229, so let's... What we're gonna do. Pause that so I can count them out correctly. Good enough. It's a little extra. Doesn't hurt. And let's top off our oxygen, because I did use some oxygen. Did have to refill my O2 a little bit when I got back. So at this point, I am very well stocked for oxygen for any extended off-planet trips. And really, that's my end goal. Probably, next game, I will probably take on those, or next video rather, I'll probably take on those 2 bases on the moon that I talked about. And the game after that will probably be building a capital vessel. And I did turn that back on, right? Okay, yeah. Next one after that will probably be building a capital vessel and exploring outside this, outside the local, I don't know what you would call this, local orbit, I guess? Outside this area. Want to see what else is out there. I took a trip with one of my buddies in one of my friend's capital vessels, and I have seen outside this little planet and moon a little bit, but it was only briefly. So, alright, so this is what we're going to do. We still have 12 minutes left. I don't have much to do here for the next 12 minutes, so I think we'll pause the video here, and when we come back, we'll spawn this hover, and we will go and retrieve my small vessel. It should still be there, hopefully. I don't think I landed it on a small island in the middle of nowhere. I don't think anything's going to attack it while I'm gone. This whole planet's pretty much devoid of everything but wildlife, so I think it'll be all right. So yeah, we're gonna pause this video, and I'll be back in, well, for you, it'll be back in just a a quick second, and we'll spawn our hover and take off and go rescue my other ship. And we're back. All right, so my my hover, my rescue hover, has just finished building. I need hydrogen for my rescue hover. Hydrogen fuel packs. Producing quite the surplus. My rescue hover is finished building. Blueprints factory again. I'm sure there's a library. There we go. I'm sure there's a way to do this shortcut key to get to the factory, but bam. There's the hover vessel. So this is the basic Tier 1 hover vessel, right? The requirements are pretty low. Pretty much, if you want to just spawn a quick hover and you don't feel like building one yourself, this would be the one you build. This would be the quick and easy, quick and dirty one. Does not have any armaments. Of course, you can add those yourself if you want to. But it's got a couple cargo boxes, a couple of 2 tanks, which are good for if you're on a planet that doesn't have any oxygen. Fuel tank, and then standard RCS or faction generator rather. So anyway, nothing too exciting about that, other than it builds quickly and doesn't take a lot of resources, and it will be easy to take down once I get out there. So the plan, if I haven't made it clear yet, I wanted to grab some food before I went out there. The plan is to basically take this thing, fly it out to. Does this thing have any lights on it? No, it does not. That's an issue. I need some lights, especially in this dark game. So anyway, the plan is to take this thing, fly it back out to where I left my small vehicle, my other SV, and basically just park it, deconstruct it, and call it a day. We have multi-charges. But before we do that, I want to hover. I want to make some lights so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing while I'm out there. Actually, just so I can see where I'm going, for that matter. Oh, I'm going to produce several of these. Give that a second. Otherwise, yeah, just double checking. There are no lights. Otherwise, quick tour of this vessel. It's got everything you need, for the most part. It is missing a fridge, I believe. I don't know, is there a fridge that I just don't see somewhere? No, I don't see, don't see a fridge. So, if you want to be gone for a while, you may want to throw a fridge on here. I have a fridge on pretty much all of my vessels. But they're all, the point of all my vessels is for extended trips out. Alright, lights are done. How many? 120. Let me start these fuel packs going again. Wrong one. 120. So, I really don't care how this looks. I just want to put them on here. The other lights. And the one on the back. All right, we got our lights. We can actually see what we're doing now. Let's get in this bad boy. Lights. Crank them up. Let's get max intensity out of these bad boys. And I feel like when you crank them up to max intensity, I feel like they actually lose. I feel like what you gain in light, you lose in the fact that it makes it harder to see. Does that make... That's not really good English. It lights up everything else. It's the whole light bleed issue that I talk about in this game sometimes. Why is this one range set to 10? Where's the other just set to 20? I don't get it. But again, it's the whole light bleed issue. So we'll just fly this from the outside. It shouldn't take too long to get to where the other hover is parked. At least not with this vessel, thankfully. It's definitely a slower trip, and of course, when you're in the map, it doesn't actually fly anywhere. Definitely a slower trip in the hover. This one tops out at what, 24.2 meters per second, whereas the small vessel that I was piloting. All the small vessels, I believe, top out at 40 meters per second while on a planet, and 110 in space. I don't quite understand why there's a maximum speed limit for everything, but I'm guessing it probably just has to do with the game still being in alpha. In any case, we should be able to fly over this a little bit here, right back into the water over there. Just look around. Right over here somewhere is where I almost died from the stupid night raptors. So not this island, but the next one. I don't know why I'm checking the map. It should show up as I get close, actually. Kind of strange the way it doesn't show up until you cross the plane there. Oh Jesus, really? Really? Are you kidding me? Fucking A. This is goddamn ridiculous. Fucking cross the plane and fucking hover vessel just also underwater. Jesus Christ. That's fucking ridiculous. Let's try that again. I'm gonna try crossing the plane while I'm on water. Alpha games. Jesus, yep. Same thing. So apparently I didn't build a hover vessel, I built a fucking submarine. Get up the slope and get back above ground. Jesus. Right. Finally. Stop. Nope. Alright. Good enough. We're here. Turn it off. Here's the other vessel. Just want to make sure I didn't actually take any damage while I crashed into my other ship. I don't know that I actually crashed into it. It almost seemed like I just got really close to it. Everything looks to be more or less intact. I think if I'd hit it, I would have hit it with the nose, I think. So, alright, it's time to get to work. Some lights, so I can see what I'm doing. And, there we go. Work lights are wonderful. Alright, and because I've always wanted to say this... Hang on. Okay, yeah. Alright. Checking my messages. And because I always wanted to say this, cue the montage. And we're done. And this whole time I've been, wow. And we just had an error. Anyways, let's say this whole time I've been doing this with my helmet on. So, yep. I think, so you know what? I think that's going to be it for the video. That's going to be it for my video for the night. Apparently there's been some issues. And, I think me trying to play and or record tonight is just a lost cause. So, as usual, thanks for watching. If you like my video, hit the like button down there. Give me a little thumbs up. If you like all my videos, or continue to like my videos, or want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. I plan to keep doing some of this. Plan to keep doing some Empyrion videos until, basically until I get bored with the game. Or until they just change something that pisses me off, one of the two. So anyway, thanks for watching and have a good night.